Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you for joining me. We are continuing on with our readings surrounding Madeleine McCann. What are the energies surrounding what happened to her? That's what we're talking about in this part of the reading series that we're doing. Now, I have to say, I thought I hit record and I have been just talking away, just interpreting the cards jumping. I have I think 4 or 5 questions I asked and then looked up and noticed that the recorder was not recording. So I intuitively felt, no, I don't want to redo it. I don't want to shuffle the cards. These are the cards that jump to the questions and I need to share with you what came up. So you're not going to see the usual jumpers, but there will be some cards at the end that I'm going to be consulting. You'll get to see them there. My apologies. I will do better next time on seeing if the thing is recording. Okay, so the first question that we are asking about is what happened to little Madeleine on the night of the disappearance? Okay, these are the cards that jumped. We got hired help, poison, red rum, and, submerged suicide. So we have that one, right? We have doctor. Emperor came up again. It came up in the last part that I did for Madeleine's reading. And then we have the star in reverse. So we have the Emperor and we have the star in reverse. Okay. So we're asking about the question of what happened to her and on the night of the disappearance and, what's her state of being, what happened. Right away, my eye draws to this card, the poison card. She could have consumed something that was toxic to her system. She could have been in a toxic, emotionally toxic situation. It can sometimes mean being sick to the stomach, this card, when you're looking at the image. But something being toxic to her system. Her needing medical care. Although I do know that her parents are doctors. This card could just simply be speaking to that. But I sense what it's speaking to is that she needed medical care right away that night and did not receive it. Hired help speaks to this being done at the hands of someone who is outside of the family unit with the hired help. Okay, the Emperor wanting to control, wanting to rule over somebody, wanting to have absolute authority over someone, absolute control. It can represent a fatherly figure or a male. Okay. The star in reverse, again, speaks to someone who needed medical care, needed medical attention, and did not receive it. And that could be the biggest travesty here, is that something happened to her where she could have been saved. I do sense this card is also speaking about her current state of being, okay? Meaning that she very well may have crossed over at the hands of someone else. Someone else being responsible, I should say, for what happened to her. She needed medical attention. The star in reverse, she did not receive it. She did not receive something to help her recover from whatever was this poisonous situation. And thus, she's not with us. So something toxic to the system that required, she needed medical care and did not receive it. Someone harmed her. So we have that. You know, I don't know, I'm picking up on someone. I don't know. I'm not picking up on her family, like being the one that ultimately caused her to disappear. I know that there's a lot of different opinions about that. There's secrets attached that I'm picking up, like energies around people keeping things, but I don't think it's anything necessarily to do with why she's not here today, why Madeleine is not here today. They did some things that were negligent, and it set up a path to leading up to this. This feels almost inevitable, like a karmic collision course. All of the things lined up. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So now the next question is, did she wander off or did someone take her? And so we got, I'll show you the cards. Treat impatience. Let me zoom out. Patience. Do like that. Six of Cups. Landfill, dumpster, trash. Arson, destruction, fire. Deviant or perv. So the question, remember, is that, you know, did she wander outside, or did someone come in and take her? Okay. What I'm sensing here is that the reason why I think everything was kind of on a karmic collision course was because the person who is responsible for doing this had been patiently waiting. Maybe had even encountered Madeleine and her family sometime when they first got there, maybe during some activity, kind of making themselves known to her, making himself known to her. And she may have, remember the door in part 3, and then there was a door in the opening oracle reading, you know, that she could have just kind of wandered just outside. Or this person didn't have very far to go and since she had already encountered this person before, there wasn't really any fear. This person also could have come armed with treats or looked at her as a treat, patiently waiting. What I'm sensing also is that either this deviant walk through, you know, like in large places like apartment complexes, resorts, hotels, there's always like this area in the back, or, you know, in the back somewhere where the dumpsters are, large vehicles pass through there. They unload there, different things for the resort or hotel, and it's in the back. Like, this person wasn't staying there. He kind of just came through and just somehow, I mean, when I see this house, it's like it's representing being able to just comfortably go in or just be right there. The door is at issue. That's the clue for me. And like, this is like the path that he's gone. This card could also indicate that the perp had thrown stuff away at a dumpster on or near the resort. Also, we have arson, destruction, or fire. This was a combustible situation. Like, it was just, you know how when you have something that's combustible and you light, you know, a match near it, it is at some point inevitable that something's going to, blow up. So that's how I feel about this person. That it was just a matter of time, and that this person was patient, kind of stalkerish, and actually cruel in the way of kind of getting to know the family, or knowing, becoming a bit familiar. So there's some kind of weird element to that too. The reason why I'm looking at this card and I'm starting to feel more and more like this person did maybe be so brazen as to go in. But remember, there's some sort of new familiarity with this person. So, and I don't think this person necessarily could have gone all the way to the bedroom. It could have been that she's just up. It's not, what do you call it? Not familiar place, unfamiliar place to Madeleine. Maybe she wasn't able to sleep very easily. She kept getting up, looking for her parents. And so that's what I'm sensing here. But I do sense that this person had been watching, planning, plotting, patiently waiting. And this was the golden opportunity for this all to just happen. There's a lot of guilt, too, that I sense that her family carries. We saw that with the Ten of Swords in the previous part I did, particularly with the mom. Because that door card, there's something about the door. This person it could just literally metaphorically mean that she opened the door to this person. This person, the door was left open for this person to go in and get exactly what he wanted. I mean, I don't know how to feel about that. Okay, moving on to the next one. Next question. Where is Madeleine, or clues on where she was last? Okay, we got the Nine of Swords, and I believe it had jumped in reverse. Yes, it did. We got rumors and tabloids, computer, cell phone, fine dining, bones, nightclub, and bookstore. There's certainly a lot of rumors surrounding this case. I mean, and just know that rumors carry a vibrational weight to it. So sometimes psychics, mediums, those who can tap into energies are picking up on rumors and tabloids. They're picking up on the energies of it, because that rumors have weight because people are thinking it, believing it, finding evidence for what they believe in, whether it's true or false. And so over time, you start to pick up on that. So Spirit is also reminding me I have to be careful and just try to just demonstrate what the cards are here and show them to you all, and we can discern and be as open-ended and open-minded to what the cards are saying, because there is a lot of rumors with this case. So I have to be especially careful about what I consume as it relates to information and what I translate and give to you all in the reading. Okay, that is very important. We have computer. So remember, the question was, where is Madeleine, or clues on where she's at? There's information in a computer database, maybe photos. Sometimes photos can, contain property information for that JPEG or for whatever file name it is. So it could be the computer, ISP address, or something on the computer. Loads of records with this bookstore. We'll talk about the bookstore some more in a moment. Cell phone records, ping locations, something about the cell phone. This could be why law enforcement has recently honed in on a particular suspect that we will discuss further in the last part of her readings I'll be doing. The gentleman named Christian, he's a suspect. There has not been much movement in prosecuting him, so I don't know. We'll explore that in the last part of this series I'm doing. But cell phone records, pictures as well, but something about a cell phone having key information. A cell phone, maybe there's evidence that we're not privy to, a cell phone that had been dropped there or something on a cell phone, some sort of record of who may have been in the area and that's how they were able to hone in at the time. I don't know. It's interesting to me why these two electronics that can carry and send off information is here to this question. Fine dining. All right, understand that on the night in question, her family or her parents and the other adults were going out for a night out. I'm assuming to go eat somewhere at a nice restaurant or something like that. I don't know. We also have the nightclub card. So this is telling me that where she was last was the resort. Whatever happened to her likely happened either on or in very close proximity to this resort where they were last at. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, and this person seems like he's on a bed, but I'm getting a sense this is not like a luxurious accommodation. So this may speak to either the perpetrator making it back to his home, or maybe not getting much farther than the resort with this bed. I'm just taking in what it could be. There's blood on this picture. It's supposed to be paint, I guess, but how it looks, it's like something happened in close proximity to the resort, if not on the resort. Bones is further affirmation for me of a crossing over. It also can symbolically or metaphorically mean, there's secrets. Somebody knows where the bones are. Somebody knows exactly what happened. Maybe there is some truth to some of the rumors and tabloids. Maybe there's pieces of truth from each of the rumors that actually make up this scenario. But one thing I'm picking up on so far is that where her parents kind of went awry is the negligence part. There's a lot of guilt that they harbor around that. Somebody could even have exploited them to some extent on something related to the kids or, leaving her or something. And so there could be some energy surrounding that. I know there's a lot of people saying that there's a cover-up and conspiracies with law enforcement, protecting them. I don't know much about that. I feel like maybe the emperor with its presence coming up could represent that, but it's not. It feels like whoever did this is their motivation ultimately was very devilish, and it didn't really, I don't know. It doesn't leave you feeling great. I'll tell you that, because they also, it's like they may have even made themselves known. We saw the friends and associates card in part 3. You can become friends or acquaintances with someone quickly on a vacation. You meet them at the bar, the nightclub. This card, I'm thinking, is speaking to someone who either worked at a nightclub at the time of this happening. Maybe they met this person at a nightclub. There's something about a nightclub. Not quite sure. I don't know. Is there a nightclub on the resort? Not sure. But this also could just simply be telling me with the bookstore, the nightclub, fine dining, this all happened in close proximity or on the resort. Maybe even with this bed, computer, and cell phone, maybe even something like in the home or or nearby the place where they were staying at. Bookstore. And this also could speak to, the perp themselves, maybe their living quarters. I'm not sure. Okay. So yeah, it makes me sad with the bones card because I don't pick up energetically her little life vibration. I know she would have been, she's, 19 years old, right? It's been that long, but I'm not picking up on a vibration of her energy. So then I asked the question about who is responsible for Madeleine's disappearance, known or unknown. And we got 10 of Wands in reverse, 3 of Pentacles, the Hierophant in reverse, crooked teeth, something about their smile is crooked or their teeth or a tooth is crooked, different hairstyle. So this also could be about changing up their appearance. In part 3, there was a card that said this person who's the perpetrator or perpetrators, I feel like this person had someone kind of helping him along the way through these years or knew about what was done and, kind of turned a blind eye. Nevertheless, they're aware of the changing appearances, long hair, short hair, different hair. So that's what I'm picking up on with different hairstyles. Hazel eyes. Something about the eye color that's striking. But interestingly, we've got unsightly. This person has hazel eyes. And he's also, sorry to say, but unsightly. Now, it could be physically unsightly or someone who is on the inside just yuck. When you're around someone and you just feel yuck and you don't know why, you can't put your finger on it. They don't look bad on the outside, but there's something icky about them on the inside. That could be this person. This person was a burden to those around them their whole life with the 10 of Wands in reverse. They were the burden, not them carrying the burden for others. They were the ones who were really constantly a problem in society, problem at school, problem at work, couldn't really keep it together, just a problem, significant problem. We had the lured card. And 3 of Pentacles could mean that maybe the person was coming up there for some element of work, the perpetrator. At this point, I'm not getting a strong familiar vibe between the perp and her other than lured. Could be just, he saw her the day before. He had something that lured her trust, lured her, to not scream, lured her to, to be, compliant and, I don't know, lured. Private property, again, that speaks to that resort energy. I'll put that card over there. Private property. You all might feel something with this card. I'm not sure. There's like a clearing with a lot of little white flowers. Trees off in the distance. Sometimes I'm looking at clues in the actual card images. City or urban. So it's not like... So if it's a natural surrounding, it would probably be the resort that's, not off like, oh, they drove her off and put her off in a place that's remote. This is a place that actually has people moving about. Bank records. Something about their bank records could tie them to the location of where she was last at. Where she was last at was the resort. It's not like, oh, she went cross borders across here, there, everywhere. Whatever happened to her happened at that resort. As to me, this card, when it came up, it meant to me that this was someone that's unknown. And I could, I could be wrong. Unknown to her, at least. I'll see if there's anything else. Unknown to Madeleine, per se. She could have been maybe an acquaintance at most. But the Ass card, that's what speaks to me. I'll just do this. Look at that. Hours. Northeast. Maybe northeast of the property or something like that. Huh. Okay. And what I'll do is I may pause for a moment because I want to, actually, I think I will pause before I put any more. Hold on one second. I'm going to straighten these up because I want to talk a little bit more about this person. And then, yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to straighten up a little bit. It was driving me crazy. So we have hours. So this is what I'm saying here is that this happened over the course of hours. She may have passed within hours. This wasn't like, oh, she's kidnapped and she lived forever. And no, that's not what I'm picking up on here. I'll put that over here. We have northeast. This again is speaking maybe to the locale of where she may have been placed, or the northeast corner of the resort or northeast corner of the town that they live in. She's in close proximity, I'm sensing, to where she last was, which was the resort. Then we have unknown to police, not in the system, clean record. Now, I do know the person that they are interested in. He does not have a clean record. I think he has quite the rap sheet. But I do sense that somebody could have been helping him after the fact. That's what I'm sensing here. Actually, yeah, after the fact. And they may not be in the system. Spirit, any additional insights about what happened to Madeleine McCann? I don't know. I'm not getting a strong hit on that one. Madeleine McCann, what happened? The problem with yeah. Okay. I think we'll stop there. Oh, or not. Okay. I'll just share these cards here. The first one says jealousy, an affair, or love-related crime. Okay. This crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific methods. Contamination of DNA evidence may be influencing this case. In the future, the perp may admit guilt and may have already admitted guilt. The main perp or what have you. A friend knows something. What I'm sensing here is what this card is trying to affirm is that, this isn't driven by money. This is driven by some kind of desire, lust, passion, jealousy. It's wanting to consume something, someone. It's more motivated in that regard than it is anything else. Other scientific methods is what stands out to me. The reason I'm saying this is because the contamination of DNA evidence may be influencing this case, so it cancels out this DNA testing or other scientific methods card. And it's sad because there was DNA that was left and was not retrieved, and there was a contamination of evidence, a spoilage of evidence that took place. And that has definitely impacted and will probably continue to impact the case going forward. What they can rely on and hope for is a confession from the person who did this. And the energies do pick up either somebody did admit it at one point or someone will admit it. Okay. And a friend knows something. A friend could be a friend of the perp. It could be a friend of the family, knows something, doesn't make them guilty. It just means that they may have a piece of information or may have talked to the perp or may have some more knowledge than they realized at the time, but actually is vital information. So a friend knows something. Now, some people will be like, oh, well, a friend did something. No, a friend knows something. So I'm going to put these off to the side. And yeah, I'm getting a sense of why this happened, kind of close where it occurred, something to do with something toxic to her body, her person. I'll have to look at the past readings to see if anything else came up about what may have happened. I don't want this one to be too much longer because the last part that we're going to cover for Madeleine's readings is we're going to talk about Christian. We're going to ask questions about the gentleman who's been accused as of late at the time of me recording this, which is the early morning hours of February 27th, 2023. We're going to be asking also about what are some evidence that the German police have, what's next for the investigation, and what are the energies surrounding, will this case ever be solved? Will we ever get any answers? And if so, when may that be? Could we get any insights on that? So be sure to check out the last part that I do for Madeleine's, for her disappearance. And let me know what you think about the reading so far in the comment section below. Give me your insights, your takes, your intuitive hits. I want to hear from you. And especially for those who have been following this case, does any of the cards trigger something in you that you remember something about it? Be sure to let me know in the comment section, because it's interesting that as all this time has gone by and all these theories have come out, how people process and put together what they think happened. As long as we're being respectful, I see no reason why we can't do that, right? So thank you all for always being so thoughtful and providing some really wow comments where I'm sitting there thinking about what you wrote. Do me a favor on your way out. Please hit the like button if you like this content and you want more of these types of readings. And also be sure to subscribe. I was already planning a giveaway for reaching 4,000 subs, and then you all surprised me and more of you joined. And so now it's looking like I'm about to, hurry up and do the giveaway, and then also to acknowledge all the new folks who have joined. And I thank you all for doing so. And I thank you for those who have been supporting me since day one. All right, friends, I know this is a lot to take in. So we're going to pause, and then we're going to come back to the reading table to look at the last part. And like I said, we're going to be really exploring what these German officers are thinking about this suspect, Christian, the Christian dude. All right, friends, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.